Hi, we are Rob and Ali, sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
We have just finished a 3-day seacation on the absolutely marvellous Majestic Princess, and we have been staying in cabin C311, which is a balcony cabin on the starboard side, I think, at the towards the front of the ship. So this video...
Deck 10?
Deck 10, sorry, yes, on deck 10. So we are going to show you now what we thought of this cabin after living in it for 3 days. Was it a good cabin? Was it a bad cabin? Would we stay in this cabin again? We'll tell you.
So as a cabin review after we have stayed in it, this is kind of the goods and the bads and the couldn't care lesses about the room. So the location was really good for us. We didn't actually feel any more movement in this cabin, being on deck 10, which is pretty high up, and towards the front, which traditionally should be quite if you're going to get any movement, this is where you'd feel it. We didn't. Sound wise, not a peep. I mean, nothing. We couldn't hear anything from the corridors, from above, from sort of chairs moving around, or movement of people, or sounds from things like the DJ or the live music and things like that. Perfect. It didn't appear to be too far from anything. The ship is really, really big, and everybody else seemed to get lost anyway. We were not too bad. We did our little thing on the back of the door to say this way to the restaurants and this way to the theatre, and we kind of do a few little things on the back. So we were not too bad from that way. From temperature wise, I'll just kind of go through it. So temperature wise, the air conditioning was very, very responsive. So you could get it really nice and cool if you wanted to. And that kicked into effect quite quickly. If you were going in for your shower or whatever and you wanted to whack it up, gosh, yes, you really could. That was excellent, I have to say. The bathroom area, I don't know why it seemed to be smaller than most. I think it was sort of the shape of it as well.
I think it's because it is.
But it is actually smaller.
The shower was bigger. The shower was quite comfortable actually, but getting yourself dried. Yeah, but getting yourself dried in this little area was a challenge at times.
So it's got a pretty standard look to it, but everything was functional. You might find it difficult to find actually the loo roll. It's actually under the sink here from you.
Which actually wasn't too bad because it's such a small room, you can actually reach it from the toilet.
Yeah, but if you've got children, you may have to kind of put the roll on the top for them. They may find that a little bit of a struggle. The sink is ginormous. You could bath a baby in it, which sounds like on the plus side. But if you're just a guy wanting a shave, it sort of took about half an hour to actually fill the sink up. Our shower here, it was on the riser, so you could make it go up and down. But I didn't think it was a particularly good shower. I mean, let's say it got you wet. If you're a lady with very thick hair, you might have to be standing under it for quite some time to get all that lather out or all the conditioner out. Towels, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And they do have the hand soap, shampoo, and what says shampoo, conditioner. It's all the same stuff, but it is beautiful. I've tried it. It was very mild on your skin, suitable probably if you.
I wasn't too keen on the aroma of that. I thought the smell was.
Oh, you see, now I quite liked it. It had that kind of a eucalyptus to it, and now I loved the smell. Isn't that funny?
There you go. Different taste. One thing though is the water is absolutely scalding hot. Seriously, you be careful.
And I think that makes it's more apparent because it's less of a flow, so it is just scalding. Whereas
certainly in the sink when I was having a shave.
There were plenty of hangers. You wouldn't struggle there, and we did find that there was plenty of room to hang everything up and put all our bags. We were only here for 3 days. However, there was that much space left. We wouldn't have any problem if we were here for one of those occasions when we might do a year-round cruise, maybe. I don't know, might struggle a bit for that. Lighting was very, very good. Lots and lots of lighting, and I like this feature. I don't know, I kind of read online somebody didn't like it and actually had their cabin attendant disable it. But at the side of the bed, I'm going to try and demonstrate this here. At the side of the bed, underneath the drawers here, when you step out of the bed at night, if you wanted to go to the loo, is it going to work? Maybe it's not going to work because it's too light. The light comes on. It's got a little sensor. It must be too light for it to come on now. But in the dark, that comes on immediately. So you can see your way to get to the loo. I thought it was marvellous because it's not the light that comes on. It just lights your feet enough to be able to see. I thought that was a fabulous feature. We struggled with the amount of points. It is particularly difficult because on this ship you are not allowed to bring the power boards of any sort, and they were so fastidious in checking everybody's cases. I mean, the guy just had cases going backwards and forwards. People were almost frisked and they were confiscated from you. I've never seen anything like it. But it does mean that you may struggle. So they've got the is it American and European and...
Yes, but when we did our original cabin review, we overlooked the fact that on this side over here, on this bench, there is actually another set of PowerPoints that has an Australian PowerPoint in it. So there is an Australian and a European over here, and then over here there are two USB sockets next to the bed, and then there is European and US and another US over there. We actually did okay because we've got the the double plug adapters. But
we had the travel adapters that would all lock into each other, so we did find a way around it. But we'd recommend that you actually just go and get those. Plus, we had the USB. It's like you plug it into the USB and it allows you to put 4 items into the USB. I don't know what you'd call that. We actually got ours from was it Big W or one of those. Inexpensive, but definitely worth bringing.
Another thing that we had as well, because we had our European travel adapters, but we had the ones that have got an earth pin on it, and these don't have an earth pin, so they wouldn't go in.
So they wouldn't go in. Yes, sometimes they kind of screw in and screw out, or they don't actually have one.
And this socket actually didn't work. So I think it's something's broken inside, so we couldn't actually get a plug in there. Anyway, enough about the electrics.
The hairdryer. Now, I normally say to people that even with those little hairdryers, the little ones that you get with the square end, they're okay for kind of just drying your hair and reasonable styling. This I didn't like at all because it was one temperature and it really got quite hot. And of course, there's no end on it. So hairdryer, if you need to style your hair in any way or you don't like it very hot, it's going to ruin your hair, think about bringing your travel hairdryer. The refrigerator, how about fridge? This was a good size. Look, Robert even managed to get a mug in here. And this did keep cold. This kept a good temperature. We did do our little trick of keeping the cupboard door open to keep it closed, to keep it cooler. But the cabin attendant, it was like a little joke in the end. He kept coming in because they sort of turn down the bed and they make the bed, seems to be about 3 times a day. Kept closing
Yeah, that was very good, wasn't it? The cabin attendant.
The cabin attendant. It was excellent. Every time we came in, we seemed to have the towels refreshed, the beds were all beautifully made, and I know that's what you expect, but this seemed to be every time we moved, we came back and it was like a brand new cabin. So that was wonderful.
Talking of beds, that was extremely comfortable.
I really would take this bed home. I definitely think this is like the memory foam. Excellent.
Princess have got some new what they call luxury beds in some of their suites. I'm not sure whether they're rolling them out to the other.
This might be it.
Yeah.
So it's firm, but you then sort of go but just in your bit, so you don't do any rolling, you just kind of have it molded to you. Pillows and everything, absolutely beautiful. I didn't have any of that red eye or sniffly in the morning, which sometimes I get if the I don't know, the cabins never seem to be dusty to me, but sometimes I just get that. The balcony, it's small, but as they say, perfectly formed. It's a little bit noisy, but I'm just going to open it up for you. Because we have arrived in Sydney, and it's worth just having a look at that view. And you can see, we don't use the balcony in as much as kind of to sit there for hours or sunbathing, but we did use it for the different, we had a protocol when we left Sydney, and then when we arrived, it was just nice just to sit there. It was big enough with that little table. Was there anything else
I think that's it, really.
say? I think that was it. We were very, very pleased with this cabin.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of negatives we can say. I think that's pretty much it. TV, of course, that TV's the TV. That worked beautifully. Nice big size. All in all, yeah, we would recommend this cabin.
Yep. So that's our review, our thoughts on cabin C311 on deck 10 of the Majestic Princess. All in all, yeah, very happy with it. If you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. It's time for us to leave the Majestic Princess now. Unfortunately, we've had another great cruise. We will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.